two O's in this particular split, or will Northern Storm be able to lock it down, make some good plays, make some secured kills, and lead us into a third game? Nickel, what are your thoughts about what Northern Storm can do better?
I'm hoping that it's not a complete shutout. I'm hoping that Northern Storm is going to be able to pull whatever it is that they need to pull out. Um, Honestly, just try to get that team Never Die away from White Wolf, because that seems to play very well with their play style. Um, Honestly, their picks, I know I said this, I feel it sound like a broken record now. Their picks weren't terrible the last matchup. Uh, I feel like they just need a little bit more coordination for what they want to do. Maybe give Shaken Not Stirred a little bit of breathing room so that he can do his split pushing that he's so well known for.
Yeah, indeed. And anything you want to add to that, Sig?
One, I called it. So far, game one, Sig, 100%. Two, this just shows the flexibility of Team White Wolf. Now, I still wish they would have went with the Ivern pick, but their comp worked out very well, and they play to their strengths, unlike any other team that we have in the LCUS.
Well, I'm seeing a lot of goes being spammed in the chat, so once someone hits the start button, we'll be ready to rock for this fourth game of the night, second game of this matchup, White Wolf versus Northern Storm.
I'm just saying, if we go into the third game, maybe we'll see Evern
Yeah,
come through.
Their fear is
Friend of the
wise.
trees.
that's what we should have been doing, spamming in chat. We should have been demanding
Evern.
demanding satisfaction.
Oh man.
Alright, so similar bans to the beginning here. Take out the Anivia, take out the Udyr.
Well,
No Fizz. Zach removed this time. Zach definitely had a big impact in that last game.
you reek of fear.
And still keeping Cyan away from Shaken. Yeah, Kled didn't do too well there though. Aatrox was definitely doing a lot of work there, even if apparently he has the worst matchup. But I'd imagine Aatrox is the worst of a lot of things.
Also, there's not really a lot of data for in those sites. It even said, like, in big bold red letters, like, not enough data to support claims or whatever the heck it was. Inaccurate due to small sample size. That's what it was.
Alright, so White Wolf or Northern Storm rather, had banned Sejuani last game, but this time they're banning Zac, and they did take the Zillion off the board as well. So we'll have to see a different mid lane coming out of White Wolf.
Oh, very different bot lane strategy as they pick up Taric for Northern Storm and Ezreal.
Yeah, that is
Jungle.
very different.
No Taric jungle.
Seeing Ezreal again, we haven't seen him in a while, so it'll be nice to see little laser beams again. Going straight back into that Tristana, did very well for Arcane Soda last game. I have to see what the last pick will be though.
Do you think they're gonna go Tom Kench Tristana again?
They might. I don't see why not, unless it gets banned out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, it should have worked last game.
Yep, there it is. Alright, so sustain versus just general survivability will be going on in the bot lane this time. See which one works out better. Interested to see if a jungle gets picked up here just to match up with the information they know. Oh, Lux. Alright, that could be a support Lux, so we still have the dream of Taric jungle.
No. Nightmare.
But more than likely it is a mid lane Lux, which means that bans for White Wolf will be focusing on top and mid lane, or top and jungle. Let's see what kind of top laners or junglers they don't want. Might see a ban on, let's see. Who else could get banned out here? Obviously Fatley is a big threat. I don't know if they're that worried about Jarvan.
Life is too short for fear.
Oh, take out the Alawi. Alright. So picking on Shaken. Will they ban the Kled again? Or will they ban the Kled period? That's the question.
Not for sure. But it wasn't that much of a threat the last game, so...
And
Yeah,
they
if I could split push, I wouldn't pick Kled. He's definitely more of an engage heavy champ.
Shaken
Ha!
didn't work.
Is dead.
Ha! serious Aatrox ban.
100% pick rate. 100% ban rate in following his win.
Yep, we have the numbers right here. The only
Oh,
champion
gosh.
to get banned 100% of the time after his wins is Aatrox.
That was a delayed laugh for me, but
Well, it's official now. Aatrox is the best champion in the LCUS.
Yeah.
well, for sure.
Get your t-shirts, folks. Get your t-shirts.
All right.
100% win rate.
Kane does
Nowhere
get,
about the LCUS.
Yep. Kane does get banned out, so Rammus is picked up for the jungle. Interested to see how well Fat Lee does with that. Did he play Rammus before? I don't recall. I know we've seen
Yes.
Rammus a couple of
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, it was devastating.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Well, most everything Fat Lee does is devastating. Syndra mid. Interesting. Haven't seen too much of her. At least not in this split. And looks like we might be getting a classic top lane show. But with how long this is hovering, maybe not. Nope. Alright, so it does lock in the show. And so who is Shaken playing? Kled again? Is available. Are plenty of other top lane champs though.
Show us that Fiora, come on.
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
Lucian. Or even Vayne.
looks like we might have another Nard show top. Alright. So classic matchup in the top lane, Nar versus Cho. With the Rammus jungle and the Lux mid.
And no Ivern jungle.
Well, hopefully Northern Storm will take this win and we'll move to game 3.
And then the Ivern will come out. Fat Lee will show us how to play Ivern.
Well, if anyone can do it well, it's Fat Lee.
And we do have a very different White Wolf. Much more standard. Not relying on any kind of quirks or team passives or anything.
But still very durable.
Oh, very much so. Conventional doesn't mean bad. Ask Northern Storm.
Right. Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, there is a lot of durability on Northern Storm also. Rammus and Taric can both be very tanky. Mega Gnar, of course, can also be tanky if it comes to that. But yeah, this mid lane. Nickel, you got any major thoughts on this mid lane, Syndra versus Lux?
I would like to think that Lizmachus picked that Syndra to go against that Lux, which is probably accurate. Toss up my hat and shoot it a couple times for me.
All right. I mean, my thought on it is that, I mean, obviously Lux has a little more in terms of CC, I believe.
Correct. Yeah, that's what I was going towards.
And
But
also has the Rammus backing her up.
mhm.
Not that Sejuani's, bad at ganking or anything like that, but Rammus can just, appear out of nowhere at the speed of sound and land that taunt, and then suddenly there's a big laser beam in your face.
Mhm.
He's got to know where to go. He's got to follow his rainbow.
I feel like Syndra will be a little bit more of a danger to Lux. That is, if she's alone and doesn't have a Rammus to back her up.
Yeah, I mean, Syndra does have the delete button.
Yeah.
So gotta respect that. Sig, how about that bot lane? You're the support player.
I definitely love seeing Tom Kinch and Tristana in the bot lane, but I do feel that maybe there was a different hyper carry that you could utilize with Tom Kinch a little bit more effectively. That being said, they performed so well last game. I don't want to eat my own foot, so I won't. I will say that with the Taric and Ezreal bot lane, Ezreal has incredible utility with the Taric stun. So we could see a very different Goon Stomp and Chaos going into this game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the different dynamics play out. And I mean, Tom Kench obviously brings some flavor of White Wolf's nobody dying over, but Northern Storm is going to be much more able to secure kills this time, and they have a lot of kit to do it. Taric has his stun, Lux has her snare, Rammus has his taunt. Gnar can do some good punishing moves as well. There isn't a lot. I mean, there is a good sampling of CC on both teams, but I think that White Wolf does have better CC. We'll have to see how good Lux is at landing those snares.
She's gonna have to be.
Hmm.
Those laser beams are gonna be a hefty damage as well.
All right, 10 seconds, Nickel. Is Northern Storm going to come back?
I hope so. I feel like they have the opportunity to do so. The Israel Tarek bot, awesome. Lux mid, Fat Lee being Fat Lee. Come on now.
Indeed. And Sig, what do you think?
Nope. White Wolf closes us out 2-0.
All right.
Well, then, you, sir. I don't know about you, sir.
Well, we'll find out when we speak to you again after the game, Nickel. Thanks for your insight.
Yep, later, guys.
All right, into our second match between these two teams and possibly our final match of the night. Let's go to the skin analysis and get this game rolling.
Whoop whoop.
Once the game loads. Slowly. Slowly. Here we go. Northern Storm, I think, even though Rammus doesn't have a skin.
Gentleman Cho'Gath is probably one of the classiest skins ever made. I'm not too big a fan of Bloodstone Tarek, but just the I don't know how to describe it. The daytime drama-ness of Ezreal and Lux right now. They look like they're trying to figure out who they're going to ask to prom. So, yeah, I can agree with you there.
I just like the passion that Nar has. He's fired up. He's ready to go. Look at that. You got everyone else just kind of hanging out, and then Nar's just ready to tear some heads off. He may also be mad that we're waiting on Cheney to buy a new computer. Gotta go down to the Office Max.
the computer store.
Or yeah, wherever you buy your hardware.
We don't have any sponsors that would push us to mention any websites or anything. So if any of you are listening right now, hit us up on email.
On email. On them emails. Or with one of them Facebooks. Alright, so we are all set, just waiting for the teams to spawn on in here. And we will see. I personally think that Northern Storm has a shot at this. I think that if they coordinate well, they should be able to pull something out here. They just got to focus their targets appropriately because there's so much durability coming out of White Wolf that you really got to know who to attack and when.
I agree, and I'm going to hold to my guns and say that this is White Wolf's game to lose. But I am much more intimidated by the comp that Northern Storm has this game versus the rest.
Alright, well, here we go. Another casual attempted invade here. There's the stun right away. They could really take out this Tahm Kench. They're going to.
Yeah. Delayed reaction there.
Yeah.
A prism has no problem splitting its focus.
Almost got away there. Would have been really close. I'm
pretty sure that Northern Storm got that for free too. They didn't have to blow anything.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they wasted any summoners. I'm sure Amaya slightly regrets not picking thick skin first, but you know, what can you do?
Well, never pick until you see if there's going to be an engage. Pro tip. Even though Amaya's like 4 times the skill I am. Not throwing that at her, throwing it at all of our listener friends.
Alright. So after that quick kill, which did end up on the Lux. So we're gonna have to see how well that affects the mid lane. Everyone else did get an assist as well, so slight gold advantage.
Looks like Infinite converted it to boots, which is definitely going to be a big benefit versus Syndra.
Yeah, good job sidestepping, all those sorts of things like that. Top lane, Shaken's doing some poking early on. Bot lane has only just arrived in their various lanes here. We'll have to see what happens. Chaos definitely looks like he's willing to fish, though. Starting stun first was a really good idea, particularly for that invade. Managed to land a solo stun on top of that. But we'll have to see. RTC's Not getting the best CS here, but also being a little more patient than Shaken is. Shaken, I think, wants to get that early pressure from his first Mega Gnar. Some poking going on in mid lane. Infinite taking a little more damage than the Marcus right now. And Arcane Soda and Goon Stomp are trading shots as well.
I think we're going to see a lot of that.
Alright. Shaken should be going Mega any second now. We'll see how much aggression comes out of him. There it is. And there it was. Mid lane is about equal still. Both sides trading pretty heavily. Bot lane, I mean, lot of good poking back and forth here. Infinite's really trying here. Gets caught up on minions, unfortunately. Might have won that if it hadn't been for the one minion in his way.
If that stun would have hit, we might be looking at a dead Syndra.
Instead, we're just looking at two low mana mid laners who don't want to go back. Which can just basically be the story of the mid lane most days. Alright, both jungles in relatively the same position, just going opposite routes of each other. Here comes the taunt, though. Flashed to try to get away from it, and this should be first blood. It's going to be really close, 25 health. Fatly flashes for it, first blood. Or second blood, rather. First blood of the actual game. Invades don't count. And here comes Fatly for more. RTC has knows is coming, and that's why he's heading back. Good attempt to try to stop it there. But Lee's here anyway. Doesn't need good silence, but doesn't need to land the wheel to get the taunt off. A lot of damage on RTC. Shaken almost thought about going in for it for a second there. Alright, so at the moment, Northern Storm really rolling with some momentum thanks to Fat Lee and his ganking potential, which we all knew would very quickly become a thing.
Yeah, as soon as he gets a few items under his belt, he's going to be incredibly difficult to manage.
Meanwhile, Sejuani's trying a bit of sneakiness, does spot Fat Lee. Some rotations down, maybe? We'll have to see. Lismakis was thinking about it, but they do have ward coverage pretty well, so that would be spotted. Not too many wards coming out of White Wolf yet this game, mostly focused around the dragon. Just not a bad spot for it, but you know, I'd like to see some other ones up in the top lane area. Though there is one up there, keeping an eye on if Shaken will be lurking in the wings. Bot lane, Arcane Soda is at about half health, which is notable considering that Chaos does have the sustain. See if there's any attempt to stop this. Does not look like there is. Fat Lee is thinking about rotating, but is spotted out. Here comes the spins. Doesn't seem willing to dive. Infinite is 6. So laser beams are a thing that will happen. And top lane is still relatively chill. 6 on Cho now, so he just got his first stack. And the first dragon is an Infernal, if everyone's paying attention to the minimap. So we should see someone try to make a move for that sooner rather than later. Ooh, good root there. Specting a laser? No laser. Sigtao Infinite is a lot more patient with his laser than we see other Lux players in the LCUS. If Ace was in this game, he would have fired that laser immediately.
Yeah, it's such a low cooldown, but I can understand wanting to make sure you save it for when it matters.
Yeah, for sure. It's a question of securing a kill later versus pushing the lane now. Cheney looks like he's trying to position for something, but instead just goes after the crab. Bot lane, after going back, Trist is back to full health. And Fat Lee is still maneuvering through his own jungle. Shaken's going to go Mega once again, but not quite as aggressive as Gotta Get Lucky was on Gnar earlier today, so probably won't see too much. Syndra went back again. Lamaka's picking up a couple items.
Get that passive farm from Sejuani. Always a highlight of a jungler's thing.
We'll see what Lee does here. He may think about going in. Does get spotted. Good ward there. Catching Fat Lee in motion. You're gonna need a lot of wards, I think, just to make sure you know where the Rammus is at all times. Because
Yeah, most definitely.
he can come out of nowhere really easily. Did just hit 6 as well, so he's gonna get super durable. Alright, here goes an attack. Ooh, good job by Lamaka's pushing that out. Here comes the taunt, though. Now we might see the laser. Have to see. A lot of damage coming out here. Get that angle, Sig. You can get a double. He does get the double, but does not actually kill anyone. Ooh.
Nope, 1 kill down.
Raptors picking on Lamaka's here. Accidentally aggroed him. Does manage to get out, though. Alright, so good job securing that kill there by Infinite. 2 kills on the Lux now. Shaken doing a lot of damage to RTC, throwing everything he can. Ooh, missed this action in the bot lane here. Good attempt by Amaya to secure Goon Stomp there. Tried to spit him under turret. Didn't quite work though.
No, if it just would have been able to make it another step or two.
Alright, so really strong showing from Northern Storm. I'm very impressed. And Infinite has changed his first element. He's now Fire Lux. For those of you that are interested in such things. Seems like they should get this first turret. Trist is coming to try to stop it, but I don't know if Arcane Soda will be successful. Alright, so first turret also goes to Northern Storm. 3k gold lead right now. Looks like they're calling ahead to the dragon as well. Big Lux laser. Alright. Infinite definitely doing good with this Lux. Making the plays that need to be done. Getting the quick last hits. The laser hasn't actually been finishing anything. It's been the follow-up attacks that have been really taking the kills. Here comes Cheney, maybe to steal.
Tempo's made.
Alright, so not only a almost 4k gold lead now, but also the Infernal Trick. So damage is really going to start piling up here for Northern Storm. Let's see if they can keep this momentum. That's the thing, it's sustaining momentum. That was a problem for Cowbell in Game 1. And Northern Storm's got to keep at it here for Game 2. Ooh, ult misses. Or set 2, rather. If that ultimate had landed, that could have been the kill that White Wolf needed to get some of that flow back. Shaken could get picked off here pretty easily, though. Ultimate did miss. RTC's at 4 stacks. Alright, here comes the Rammus. I'm getting flashbacks to Xerath in Game 1, stopping any sort of engagement with these shootout stuns. Really good job preventing those dives. Let's see what kind of rotations we have coming out here. Fat Lee running for his life. Should be able to get out. Oh my god. The sneakiest hedgehog. I know he's not actually a hedgehog, don't at me. Good stun there. Possible attempt at a combo on Infinite here. Nope. Oh, good job by Fat Lee coming in the backside there. Peeling off both tanks, actually. May end up dying for it, though. Alright, so Fat Lee goes down. Report Rammus for feeding. These are the only deaths that Storm has suffered so far. And we look like we have a bot lane rotation going on here. Here comes the ultimate. It's going to end up right there. Coming in to save Arcane Soda. Does not manage to save him, but a good attempt at a stun there. However, the invincibility lands, so now Goonstomp and Chaos are trying to get out of there. Focusing all their damage on the tanks, though. Here comes Shaken. Shaken, unfortunately, did lose Mega Gnar earlier, so he's not going to be able to deal as much damage as he probably would like. Still poking down a lot, though, and manages to secure Cheney.
Very interesting turnaround there. Northern Storm not allowing this snowball to stop drifting.
Yeah, it really looked like they were going to be able to get Goonstomp there. But good job by Shaken going in there and managing to get enough poke damage out. Showing that little Gnar doesn't need to be Mega Gnar to get things done. Syndra's pretty low. Should be looking out for that. Fatly and Infinite managed to get mid turret. RTC is trying to push top. RTC now at 5 stacks. Looks like Infinite and Fatly are rotating top to try to stop him. Doesn't look like he'll get too much damage done to the turret before he has to fall back. He decides to teleport, though. Or not teleport, just back normally. And he's going to regret it right now. Here comes the engage. Probably going to get hit by a snare. He's got his back up against the opposing turret. Gets taunted, gets snared. Laser. And RTC goes down. Not the best decision making, but I'm pretty sure he knew what was coming for him. But maybe he didn't.
Yeah. It's difficult to account for that speed sometimes. He probably thought he might have had time to read.
Yeah, I mean, Rammus is always hard to predict, especially because, you know, the speed depends on how many points have been put into the ability as well. But we'll have to see. Looks like they're going for the Rift Herald. Should be able to get it. Doesn't seem like it'll be contested. Next dragon will be coming up, another Infernal, in about 90 seconds or so. Here comes the Sejuani. Might be able to get something done. Or it might just get collapsed on. Ooh, really good job by Lamachus here. Weird delay there. I think the stream might have glitched for a second there. I mean, where's your delete button, Syndra? Heard so much about it. Where is it?
Yeah, been very shy about use of that ultimate.
Alright, Cheney takes a lot of damage, but does manage to survive. RTC chasing Goon, who does ultimate. Clips Lismachus. Looks like Ezreal will get away, no problem. He's very slippery. Bot lane, we have Shaken and Chaos coming to support him. A little bit of an interesting swap there. So we gotta keep an eye on Goonstomp now because he's the one who took the Rift Herald. So he has that buff, but he also just has to have the awareness of when to use it. Because we don't want to see a Rift Herald walking all the way from Fountain or something like that.
Well, I mean, we don't, even though it is cool.
He's got tiny legs, man. He doesn't have time. He's all got places to be. Alright, so we got the Drake spawning in 6 seconds. Rift Herald summon top lane. That's a good time to use it, considering that I believe they do know that there's some rotations down there in the bot lane, and no one's coming to contest this.
I don't think you can. You don't want to let them have that second Infernal Drake.
Well, sure, but it's a question of how many turrets are you going to lose in the meantime. Angered Carrot seems or Arcane Soda rather, not Angered Carrot, sorry. Arcane Soda seems rather torn between where to go, half going up toward Goonstomp and then going the other way. This is going to be probably another turret and Infernal down. I mean, this is just not good for White Wolf here. Really poor decision making from them. Turret does not quite go down. It's got 18 hit points. Let's see what kind of push we get out of here now. They do have both Infernals, so a lot of damage is going to be coming. Big ultimate from the Syndra. Nice shot from the from Ezreal.
No real capitalization off of it, though. No real taking advantage, just a disengage.
They probably... Oh, hang on 1 second. We got the taunt on here. Good flash to get out of there. RTC does manage to barely. Shield comes up. Amaya saves... tries to save, that is, but unfortunately everyone is going to die. Oh, Penta.
Congratulations, Goon Stomp, on the semifinal pentakill right here.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. What I was going to say was that the ultimate probably didn't land on a target they wanted to engage on. It looked like it, I believe it hit Tarek, and they probably weren't too excited about just, oh hey, we got Tarek. But who can say? What we can say is, once again, good job by Goon Stomp locking down that Penta. We'll watch him back in celebration of his anime haircut, among other
I'm
things.
sure his waifu will be very pleased.
Well, I'm sure she will be too, because isn't Lux, you know, we had Elementalist Lux and Anime Ezreal, isn't that the thing?
I guess. I don't know. Maybe he asked her to prom. Maybe he didn't. We'll have to check out next week.
It's too much drama. Too much drama, too many storylines. Let's just go back to playing League, I guess. Alright, so Goonstomp is 7-0. Sigtao Infinite is 3-0. Once again, Fat Lee is feeding. Gotta really have a talk with Fat Lee about that. hate to see it. Nice couple of stuns there. Oh, Fat Lee can't decide who to go in on. He's dancing.
On him.
Not engaging was probably a good idea there. Despite the significant 8k gold lead they have, it would have been a 3v5. But now we have Shaken doing his split pushing again. Oh, Lamaka's in a really bad position. Does get taunted, but saved immediately by Amaya-chan. Good heads-up play there. The invincible button comes in on the tanks. Big play into the middle there. Fat Lee helps get the pick off on Infinite. May go for more. Oh, Infinite may get picked off here. Big slow, big ultimate on him. Does try to flash out. Fat Lee dies again, but this time Infinite joins him. This could be the start of something good for White Wolf.
Yep. Turnaround that they've been looking for.
Teleport coming
and
down.
in response, Gnar is still pushing.
Right. Does manage to get some reasonable damage off on that turret before getting chased off by RTC. RTC, who is now at 8 stacks. And they're turning these kills into a turret, possibly. Goon trying his best to hold it. Does have reasonable poke. Oh, really good poke, actually. That dealt a lot of damage to Arcane Soda. Oh, man. There's your minutely reminder that Goonstomp is 8-0.
Ooh-wee, he is really carrying Northern Storm right now. But everyone's performing so very well.
Yeah, he's got a 3k gold lead on anyone else on his team. Just the amount of damage he can put out. What we've seen, he can 3-shot Tristana. Shaken once again, spending his time split pushing. Taking a lot of damage though. RTC, I think, could actually win this fight if they commit to it, but Shaken backs off. Baron is now seen as an option, but here comes White Wolf to contest. Laser misses. Teleport, so Shaken's here to help, but takes a big chunk, 2 big chunks of his health off. He's got to get either healed up or Mega Gnar really soon. I think they're going to have to back off here. I don't think this is a fight they can win. And they seem to believe that as well. We'll see if they're bluffing or not. Still no turrets taken by White Wolf. That's unfortunate. That mid lane's pretty low. That 18 hit point turret is still standing as well. What a hero.
Just came to do a job. That's all it's trying to do.
RTC going in, doing a little bit of ward clearing. Goon just tests to see if Baron's running or not. Cho's at 8 stacks now, almost 3,000 health. Next dragon will be another Infernal.
Wow.
Yeah, the Infernals weren't really around too much in the earlier games, but we're getting them all now. Shaken setting up to try to help with this. This will be interesting. Goon is out of position. He's actually AFK in base. Only just now started moving. They might be able to grab this Drake really quick. Where's that laser infinite? Nope. Oh, misses the ultimate on Fat Leia, unfortunately. Here comes Shaken. Big wall connect there, but taking a lot of damage. Still relatively squishy. Good shot by Goonstomp to secure that. Coming in, going for more. We'll see what happens here. Shaken is incredibly low, and they're probably going to try to take him down. But some really slippery movement there by Shaken. Keeps himself alive. Good job. Really good job, actually. Maya really wanted that kill and almost got it several times. Oh, RTC's going to die for that, unfortunately.
Yeah, shouldn't have canceled that recall.
Just got a little too greedy. All right, incredibly dominating position right here by Northern Storm. They really want this to go to a game 3, and I think that's what's going to happen. Oh, camera moved. Sorry, guys. All right, several good kills there under turret. Stun misses on Arcane Soda, unfortunately. They should be able to hold this turret, I would think. Especially considering how low Fat Lee is. So, White Wolf gets to keep living, though that top lane turret is not going to live anymore. And Shaken continues split pushing. Because sure, you have almost no health and the other team is collapsing on you, but you know, gotta keep up with your job. Just top lane things.
Came here to split push and chew bubblegum, and he's all out of bubblegum.
Still getting pursued by the tanks, but doing pretty well getting out of there, and should now, unless they decide to pursue further, which they are not. Goonstomp is here, being a little aggressive with his positioning, but fortunately the damage dealers are not there to deal with him. Still no turrets for White Wolf. I'm sure this must be very frustrating for them. Next Drake, when it comes up, will be a Cloud, so we won't have an unheard of number of Infernals. But we will have to see if the A, if the game goes that far, and B, what kind of positioning we'll be in at that time. There's a 10k gold lead coming out here for Northern Storm. Lands the hits and the taunts. The Magus is not long for this world at all. And we'll see if they decide to push off of this. RTC's really been missing those Qs. I'm a little concerned for him with that. I've not seen too many of his. Oh, probably gonna get a pause.
Oh wow! Here. Okay.
Yep, there's the pause. What I was gonna say is a lot of
Quick DDoS them that went across in chat. For anyone wondering, sorry, couldn't contain myself.
But yeah, I'd like to see RTC land a few more. Predict those Qs a little bit more. Doesn't seem like it's been going off that well for him. 11-0 on Goonstomp right now. It's absolutely insane.
It's silly. Off the back of that Penta, he's just continued his domination too.
Also, those needlessly large rods on Lux just really building up that AP. Definitely.
Well, looking. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, definitely adds, you know, even more danger to her ability to delete people with her laser.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me, folks. My sincere apologies for the yawns. Looking at it, while we are waiting, checking out chat, there is a whole lot of discussion about the Ezreal pick, how it's safe and its popularity in Korea. Keno's thoughts?
Well, I mean, Ezreal has always been a favorite ADC of mine for the safety, for the ability to just put out that raw damage with his Q very quickly, and the ability to make those cross-map plays. We have seen a few reasonable long-distance snipes that took out Tristana in that fight by Dragon, winged some other people to get some territory control. He's just been one of the ADCs that I've really liked for a very long time, and I'm glad to see him making an appearance here in such a dominating one at that. But, you know, I mean, at the other hand, it is also really easy to make him a non-factor. So, if this does go to a Game 3, which it looks like it will, and if Northern Storm rolls out the Ezreal again, I'd be interested to see what kind of response White Wolf makes. And if they're able to lock him down a little more, maybe with a few more reliable stuns. But we'll have to see. Reliable stuns are not the most common in League of Legends.
No, and I agree with you that their solid solution here is focus Goon and then worry about Infinite, but they're not really giving Goon Stomp an opportunity to be caught. His positioning is very strong today.
Right, I mean, not only so much the positioning, but also just the fact that he's got such a good team support system working on him. You've got Chaos, who can make him invincible and stun people who are chasing him. You've got Fatley, who can close in and lock that down. You've got Shaken, if he's not split pushing, who can not only be a tempting target in his own because regular Gnar is so squishy, but can add a lot of CC to the mix if he's in Mega Gnar form. So, I mean, he's got a great setup, and like you said, Infinite's a strong contender for a target also. So you focus one, the other one's dealing damage to you. Though, if I was given the option, I would insist on targeting Goon Stomp.
Yeah, not really a choice at this point. You have to shut him down or else he'll just answer your whole team.
I would really like to see, like I was saying, not only RTC landing his Qs, but I would really like to see him land a silence or two on Goon Stomp. Because you land that silence on Goon Stomp and suddenly he's not going anywhere. But you gotta get close enough to do it first, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we'll have to see. I think there is definitely a lot of potential for White Wolf to get back in this.
Looks like play is getting ready to resume, so I hope you are correct.
Alright, let's see what happens here. Baron had just been triggered. Doesn't look like there's any way to take advantage of him being out of position. At this point in the game, it's becoming not even a gold problem, but a level problem. We have some very under-leveled champions on White Wolf compared to their counterparts. 2 levels below for both mid and ADC. That's always rough when levels become a factor.
Yeah, you can't really build an item to compensate.
Ooh, a laser would have been really good there, but laser misses. Cheney's thinking about getting involved. Fatley shows that that's a mistake. Cheney's starting to run for it. So a good distraction there negates the progress on the Baron. Fatley was told to retreat. I'm surprised Cheney's actually running here. I mean, she's 1,000 gold behind, but she could have theoretically soloed Fatley, at least for a moment. But unfortunately, is not able to do so. RTC and Shaken going head to head. Shaken's damage output is finally at a good place. Good Q landed though. This could, ooh, the Devour almost finishes him off. Can RTC finish it? Stop trying the micro, just hit him. Ooh!
Trade.
Really good job there by RTC to close that out and negate the split pushing problem. Fatley might get taken out by Baron though. We'll have to see here. Unfortunate that White Wolf isn't trying to go in. I mean, they're at full health. Northern Storm is not. Northern Storm's one tank that is, well, tank and a half, that's there is very low. Sigtao's Infinite is very low. Arcane Soda could have gone in there and done something, but I think at this point they're too intimidated to try.
Yeah, it's difficult to climb out of a 13k hole.
Yeah, I mean for sure, especially with the mentality that you're in a 13K hole. You know, you're dealing with the knowledge that we are so far behind, and then you're in this situation where you may have a chance to make plays, but you're thinking, no, Goon Stomp will just sweep us again. It's not a fun position to be in. What I would like to see is for them to take this tower. Arcane Soda. Oh, yep. Just get two-shot by Goon Stomp, but let's see what happens here. Cheney taking the brunt of most of the attacks. Laser and Stun says goodbye to Tristana. RTC taken out as well, very easily. Goon looking for his next Penta. Push up from Lamaka says not today. Does manage to get away, just barely.
And every wave is pushing in favor of Northern Storm.
This probably isn't the final push. Everyone's going to be up in short order. But we'll have to see. Going in here, we do have inhibitor number 1 destroyed. Good job going in there by Fat Lee. Big knockup. Next inhibitor taken down, and more pressure going on. Invincible button is landed here. Goon Stomp dealing a lot of damage. Arcane Soda does manage to take out Infinite, but gets taunted and annihilated as well. And this is probably the game now because of that second wave of knockdowns, but we will see. Oh, here comes Shaken being the good bait. Good boy. Goon is dealing the damage to the Nexus, and that is the game.
Well, folks, very exciting end to Game 2 as we go into Game 3.
Yeah, huge shout out to Northern Storm pulling this off. There was doubt among some people who will go unnamed, but I think that they really show that they have a place here, that they have the motivation to do it, and it's down to them to see if they can carry this reverse sweep. I don't know if from a best of 3 you can call it a reverse sweep, but really happy for it, really excited to go for it, and we'll see what happens. Nickel, you with us?
Oh, I'm with you.
All right, tell me about that game.
Well, you can't say any better than you did. It's finally good to see a 1-for-1. Northern Storm definitely took what they learned from the last game and was able to pull themselves out of it. Really just flipped a switch to do a very commanding performance this game. I mean, I don't know what the heck happened to White Wolf in that game. It's like they didn't show up. The start of it was a little bit was fine, but then just something with Northern Storm just we're like, okay, we are here, we're going to assert our dominance, and really I think it was just everybody in the laning phase just got really behind and just we're just getting ganked and not having a good time.
Well, you know, I mean that summarizes it very well. Northern Storm certainly showed up to play, and they have shown that they can take a game in a very convincing fashion. And so now we will be going to our final game of the night in just a few moments. We'll be taking a quick break, about 30 seconds, and then we will be back. Please stay with us.